Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace and for great love. If we could just take in a breath, and if we could, let's go to the angel's house. So let's just take in a breath. They do this every once in a while. Let's go to their house. So let's just take in a breath. Let's notice Archangel Ariel greeting you at the front door. If we could just breathe in, whether you feel it, see it, hear it, or know it. Let's notice Archangel Ariel inviting you inside. If we could just go into their house. Let's just instantly notice what it feels like to be there, whether you see that, feel that, hear that, or know that, and that you are welcome, that you are acknowledged, you are seen, you are heard, you are touched, you are blessed, you're included. If we could just breathe into all those things. Let's notice it being one of those instances when you walk into a space and everyone knows your name. So all the angels who all share that house go like, oh, Patricia, Judy, Aida, Janine, Bernie, Doll, Marie, Laura, Cher, Jonathan, Meg, Lynn, Audrey, Doll, Suzanne, Mark. Just breathe into all that. Them being happy that you're here. We could just breathe into that. Let's very simply notice, perhaps relaxing our conscious mind. And let's notice which space they lead you to next. And if we could notice every single inch of that space of their house includes healing, abundance, love, and care. So let's very simply have a journey of going to different parts of that house and just noticing where Ariel leads you to. And perhaps there's a space where there is a shedding and dismantling of any heaviness, which might also include the gesture of like removing a coat or taking off a hat. Let's notice what it's like to, put your pain in the closet, which is not dismissing the pain, but it's not letting the pain be the thing. If we could also hang up any insecurity, any devaluation of your worth. So let's just breathe in and we'll just notice. And as they all hang out together, let's very simply notice Mary Magdalene coming forward to you with a drink, perhaps some food. Let's let her nourish you. And if we could breathe into your own sense of time and your own sense of priority, and let this be the most important thing. And if this includes your brain waves elongating, your sense of time slowing down a bit, staying for a while, not rushing off to the next thing mentally or physically, let's just take in a breath and just be right here. Let's notice what it's like to be right here. Wonderful. And let's notice this space. Perhaps it's the next space or the space you're currently in. Let's notice there being a space where Archangel Ariel sits down next to you and very simply just holds your hand. And there's a repetition here of the fact that every single atom, molecule, cell, space, inch, sofa, chair, everything, every beverage, everything here is a healing. Everything here is an act of care and an act of recognition. So let's very simply allow right now, be it a big thing or a small thing or a thing, let's let anything that is on your mind mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, that feels it could use some healing and some care, let's let that happen right now. Let's let big things like emotional health and mental health be included, big things like cancer or tension or eyesight or something with your senses. Let's let all those things be included. Let's also let all of your relationships. Let's very simply notice what it's like to just mention these things and not go into them, but let your hosts take care of them. Ariel, Michael, Gabriel, Raziel, Zadkiel, Uriel, Haniel, Metatron, Raphael. And if we could notice the space, the bringing up the phrase, the term we might use of like, I don't know what to do. If we could notice what it's like for that to not matter for 1 second in this house, that you don't have to know what to do. They know what to do. And we could experience what they do. We could experience the receptivity that's here, the care. And if we could notice any conditioning that we've been raised with or adopted or witnessed or bought into, that means we have to have everything figured out to connect with the angels. We have to be perfect to connect with the angels. And we have to do blah, blah, blah. Let's let that go. Let's notice in this time a major transition for people, lots of moving, lots of changing of jobs, Audrey. If we could just notice all the good that's here, Janine, if we could notice all the good that's here, that you don't have to have everything figured out. Let's just breathe into that. And in that release, let's very simply allow for more peace, more complacency, more care, more assurance, more grounding, more good. So we'll just breathe into that and just exist in this space in the angel's house. We'll notice all the good that is there, all the good that is right here for you in that space. And indeed, whether you feel it, see it, hear it, or know it, let's notice how the air, the atmosphere, the space circulates, and perhaps that's visual. You could see it or sense it. They're pointing that out, perhaps noticing a swirl of energy right above your head, perhaps 2 or 3 feet above your head. That in the humorous version of that, they're saying, we don't mess around. In the non humorous version of that, let's notice energy at work. So if we could release, they're saying the word bypass. If we could bypass the idea that this is a concept, that you got to be a certain space, let's very simply let that happen right now. There's energy swirling above you. It's there to help you out. The energy is consciously curated by the angels for you right now, like the perfect potion, the perfect concoction, the perfect energy. If we could just breathe in and let that be and let that be accepted. Wonderful. And perhaps we're several minutes into our work. Let's notice the fact that your cells have relaxed or are relaxing. If we could just pay attention to that. Wonderful. If we could just breathe in, and we'll just notice a simple statement of angelic wisdom. It's okay to be frightened. It's okay to be frightened and to keep moving. It's okay. It's okay. If we could notice um, the angels bringing forward whatever this means to you, the elder angels. Let's just notice what happens with that, which is like a party. So if we could just breathe into that, if we could feel on your next inhale what it's like to breathe in wisdom, and perhaps with a hand or two heading toward areas that hurt or bother you, be that your eyes, be that a location, an organ, a system. So very simply just notice the angels working with you to help out. And let's notice their care. Let's notice their generosity. Let's notice the good that is here. Let's notice in a second, let's just notice time vanish. So let's notice that we don't need to get hung up on the thing that happened in 1973 or 1995. We don't need to get hung up, that we are right here and good things are here. And if we could say out loud, we're obviously going to say this out loud in this physical space here, and let's say it out loud in the angel's house. Good is right where I am. And to the elder angels, the angels, Mary Magdalene will say out loud, I, I appreciate your good. I appreciate the healings here for me. Thank you. So let's breathe in and let's relax 10% more and receive 10% more. And let's breathe in and let's relax 10% more. And that might just be an acceptance. That might not be a whole thing. Just notice what it's like to accept 10% more and to receive. Relax 10% more and receive 10% more. And just noticing how vast your capacity is. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. Let's notice, this will be personal for you, what happens next? Which group of angels talks to you? They take you somewhere different. Just notice what happens next. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And if we could notice two concurrent realities happening, let's notice the part of you that has always existed in that house and will remain in that house now. Let's also notice perhaps the conscious part of you that is having angels stuff goodies into your pockets and being given good things, like you're going to depart and they're giving you gifts. Let's notice those two things existing at the same time, both being real. But if we could feel and accept all the care provided for you, all the grace present, all the love available, and this wonderful foundation of goodness. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe into that. And with great generosity, great love, great joy, being filled up, will wonderfully say out loud to all your angel, goddesses, and elder hosts, thank you. Let's acknowledge the part of you that's staying right there and the part of you that's going to come back into physical reality. And just notice them being the same. With great generosity, great ease, and great peace, we thank the angels for inviting us over to their house. And we see the celebration, the peace, the love in this space where we are honored, known, and accepted. And we celebrate all of that. We thank the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity to feel good, to know that joy is here, peace is present. And we celebrate all the happiness that is here for us right now. With wonderful generosity, great peace, great love, and great joy, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.